short amount of time, so let's go ahead and get started right away. Now, I know that you've been involved in some work on community issues. Can you tell me what attracted you to the community issue that you chose at the beginning of the semester?
Yes, I can. Well, at the beginning of the semester, when tasked with choosing a community issue that was close and personal with myself, I thought of my home in Massachusetts. I thought of the many people who struggled with drug addiction and overdose and abuse there. And when tasked with the introductory speech, I decided to write about that. I decided to talk about the different motives and problems and why people chose to go with opioids and different kinds of those. So I gave my introductory speech and I received an okay grade on it, but it was a learning experience. It taught me that I didn't have to be perfect. I still got my point across, but more than anything, it taught me confidence, and people saw that I was a person who held myself in high regard and was able to share what I believed, although it may not have been perfect. People saw that I was that kind of person.
Okay, thank you. Now, your materials also said that you were involved in a community issue team project that focused on a call to action. Can you share with me what call to action your team put forward and why you chose that call to action?
Absolutely. Well, in our class persuasive essay, we decided to stick with the topic of drug and drug abuse, especially right here in Fargo, because it was applicable to the people here in Fargo and to myself. So we gave our speech and we were able to focus our call to action on not so much the people addicted to it, but the people around those who were addicted to those addicted. We challenged them and said, if you know someone who struggles with addiction, tell them that you love them. Tell them that they are important and that their life is not worth taking pills and taking it away. Suicide is very problematic because it takes a loved one away from the people around them. And the results of this essay, of this call to action especially, was that we were able to show people the caring sides of us, the caring and the loving sides that not too many people are able to see. And people know, okay, because of that speech, I'm able to confront my grandma, my grandfather, my dad, my mom, whoever it may be, and tell them you're doing something wrong and I love you, and because I love you, I want you to stop.
I see. Now, if I were to ask the other members of your team what they think your biggest strength is, what do you think they would say, and why do you think they would say it?
Personally, and in their opinion as well, I would say my biggest strength was being a leader. It was getting my group to laugh when it felt necessary and to work when it felt called to. Especially during that last week where we needed to talk and practice more, I felt like it was my role to confront them and say, hello, partners, we need to talk. We need to talk about our speech, and we need to practice more than just our own. And I felt like I was able to hunker down with them and just be honest with them, and we were able to have a good time. And sometimes it was a little bit more serious, and sometimes it was a little bit more fun. But that's how life is, and that's how we're able to get through a tough speech. And we were just look back on it and just laugh, and we were still able to get a very good grade on it.
Okay, great. What for you was the most challenging thing about working with your team?
I would say one of the hardest parts of working as a team was one of my the two other partners in my group. She was in and out of the hospital, and in itself that wasn't too much of a problem, but it was hard to know what parts were going to be mine and what parts were going to be my other partners, because she was in and out of the hospital. So all of a sudden it was, okay, yes, guys, I'm back, or guys, I just was admitted into the hospital, you guys are going to have to do it on your own. So my partner and I, we got together, we were able to divide up what we needed to, and when the time came, we were able to perform both of our speeches independently. But however, we were able to just pick out a date that worked for her, and we got a good grade on it.
Thank you. Okay, last question. In 30 seconds or so, tell me what your biggest takeaway was from Com 110 this semester. What will stick with you and be useful to you?
One of the biggest takeaways from Com 110 was, personally, I was able to face with confidence that public speaking isn't as big of a deal as I think it is. I'm able to, in front of a large lecture, a large group of people, I'm able to give a speech with confidence and courage. And in front of a small interview, like an interview or a video interview like this, I'm able to be personal, be intimate, and tell them what I need to tell them and what to do and what not to do. And I couldn't do this without this class, or it wouldn't be as good as it may be.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. We'll probably be in touch with you in the next few weeks or so. Take care.
Absolutely. Thank you.